Yo,
Jobber Nation, Happy New Year. It's been we 10 days into the new year. Trump just got sentenced, fake sentenced. What else is going on?
My man
And
Vince beat the Chargers.
well, one charge. He still
I
got a whole
forgot.
nother
Yeah,
case.
he did. Yeah.
Well,
That
first
man
things
beating the
first.
Chargers, B.
You stupid. First things first. We
Yep, he
do want to
did. Yep.
send.
See.
Well, I can't. That's a little
Case,
blurry.
hold on. I'll say it out loud. The case is closed. Today ends nearly 3 years of investigation by different governmental agencies. There has been a great deal of speculation about what exactly the government was investigating and what the outcome would be. As today's resolution shows, much of that speculation was misguiding and misleading. In the end, there was never anything more to this than a minor accounting errors with regard to some personal payments that I made several years ago while I was CEO of WWE.
That
I
nigga
was
basically.
thrilled that I can
That.
now put all of this behind me.
Oh,
Vincent Kennedy McMahon on Twitter.
us next year. He basically said, "Listen, I done paid these hoes, but I used a different account and I ain't put that money back in that account." That's what that basically is.
Yeah,
But
pretty
but
much. Yeah.
after Vince stuff, shout outs to Nolan. We want to give our well wishes and prayers to anyone that's being affected by the wildfires in Los
Yes.
Angeles, in California. Like that's some shit that I couldn't even. I wouldn't know what to do because I'm not prepared for shit like that. But so there are so many available resources and things like that. Like I posted yesterday, Airbnb is hosting anyone that needs residents for a week, up to a week. Metro is free, Lyft, Uber, they're offering discounts. So just make sure to stay on social media and find out those resources. But once again, to anyone being affected, our prayers and our thoughts are with you guys. That is not an easy thing. Like we've been to Cali, so that shit is just like, whoa. Like I couldn't imagine like air quality being in the 800s. Like shit is bad. So
But
just
the
make
thing about it
sure.
in California, my homegirl was out there, and she was just like, "It's bad because it's so dry, and a lot of
Yeah.
California is like a lot of land, so the flowers and the plant just adapted to the area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just to be like one fire, and it'd be like a little kennel. Then like it's strong. She said that been strong ones forever, and she said that it just keeps on rolling, rolling, rolling. My thing is that, and I'm not trying to be funny. Why can't you just use the seawater? The water's right there.
Well, it's salt water, and it probably is not a. I mean, that probably may not be the best thing to do. And also, they were also mentioning that people were trying to like use like their like hoses and stuff like in their house and their properties, but it was affecting the water pressure for the whole county. So like, it's like infrastructure shit that they really need to like really look at again and stuff like that.
I
Like, but they
mean,
were saying some of it is climate, and it was one, and in one of them fires they were saying that it was somebody that actually arson and they arrested somebody in connection to that shit. So just a whole bunch of shit going on.
Yeah,
So
I
like
heard
our
about
once
that.
again, our
But
thoughts
you
and
know what?
prayers are for anyone affected.
But you know what though? We just gotta pray for
But they
them.
got through Netflix. LA got through Netflix though. Oh, what is this?
It's time.
I think you just be putting on random shit that has nothing to do with
no,
what
this
we
is
talking about.
fire.
I don't even
This
know what he
song's
playing.
fire. You know what this song?
I might swerve in that
Whoa,
corner, whoa,
whoa,
bitch, hold on, cause I tweaking this bitch, start letting shit go.
whoa,
And I heard that she wanna show,
whoa, whoa.
I'm kinda fucking with it, show me some more. Bitch, we tatted head to toe, could give a fuck the story wrote. You wanna tweak it up with me, and I'ma show you how that go. Like the money in my pockets blow.
Whoa,
Combos about me, these pussy niggas don't know.
whoa.
Tell me what they
Janelle,
got.
you know what
I ain't fucking listening. Let your thoughts run your mouth, but ain't touching dividends, nigga. I ain't from the south, but kick it with my Memphis twin, nigga. I can't take a loss. I'm always going for the win. I've been geeked up in this booth. I got my blood pack for the start.
That's my shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's my shit.
Man. Shit's the banger of the year, so it's a number one song.
Man, shoot, I'll be
On
at
the
work.
charts.
Whoa, whoa, I'll be hitting the corners like him. Whoa, whoa. That shit is hard.
Shit is hard, boy.
I'm glad y'all enjoy that.
Of course. That shit
I'm
was
glad y'all
hard,
can
man.
enjoy that.
This is the album. This is the song of the year right now, son.
I have
Like,
no idea what that is
nah,
even
so
about.
like, nah, so you have to understand, like, that era was different, dog. Lil Wayne kind of
But
mixtape.
he brought it back for the youngins.
Yeah, but the youngins, they don't
You said for the
appreciate it,
youngest,
though.
they want to know what the fuck that. They want no cash money. They wouldn't know where that's from.
This is the definition. You know what this is? This is when Cena comes back. This is when The Rock comes back in the new era, but giving us the old school feel. When he came out on Netflix, you see how we connected it back to wrestling? You see what I did there?
Okay.
Do you see what I did there? When he came back on Netflix and Raw her, you know what I mean? Nasty niggas. When he came back with the Versace and the Cartier glasses on.
Yo, I need them shades. I need them shades and the shades he had on NXT for night 1 and 2 of SummerSlam, because them shades.
Yo, y'all niggas be hyping up The Rock, so the niggas just like, the more I'm getting older, I'm looking like, this is the only place that I'm scared that he might touch Joe Hogan eventually. I'm really scared of that. Because he's just like, hold up. I just feel like, I don't know, the activity is just getting old. Like, I feel like, okay, it was a missed opportunity to present the final boys, to bring it back like, oh, The Rock is the heel? Let me keep on watching it. It was too much of a missed opportunity. Like, don't I have a problem? I just feel like that boss character was such a refresher. That's what we needed. And go back to how he was before, just like, we did all of the storyline around this and just do events. I just didn't like it.
Well,
like,
I think a big part of it,
like it was just a missed opportunity. That's it.
No. And y'all can even ask Michael Bostic. I was in here hollering at Dwayne, like, how dare you talk about that man's mother and now you want to hug and kiss him? Excuse me?
Right. Cody's pussy for that.
But then,
Cody.
that was a wild pussy move on his. I thought I was the only one. I was like, Dwayne.
Pussy. And one thing that made no sense, right? That made no sense. Yo, it was during the first match. So Cody went to the back, told them, yo, my entrance music, I'm gonna come out. Boy, you was right there in the audience. Like, that should make no sense. Like, it
but
doesn't
to
make
be
no
fair,
sense.
I had realized it though. I was like, but they definitely went like almost like 40, 45 minutes. Like, that match went bad. It took the first hour of Raw on Netflix. So like, Cody had ample amount of time, low key, to go in the back and see. He could have went back to his chair and back twice. Low key.
I just felt that if you know that you're gonna have a lot of these commercials, present all your heavy hitters. Braun Breaker wasn't.
The thing with so like, I need somebody to help me, because I felt like, I feel like the Netflix that I have, I saw like how like on Peacock, if you have premium Peacock, you don't get commercials, you get like the video packages.
Yeah, no.
That's
it was
what
regular commercial. It's like for example, it was like you was watching regular television, right? Like regular television, you saw like regular commercials that if you're gonna see it on television.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
I saw video packages, and literally it would black out for like 2.5 and come back on. Like, it was not. It was like a good like, whew, and then came back on. Like, I did not see no regular ass commercials.
It was regular commercials. It was regular commercials, and that was my issue.
Well, I have so to go back to what you're saying, I have the premium for Peacock, so I don't see commercials. I get
me too.
See, I do. I don't pay the premium for Peacock, so I get commercials instead of the video package. So when people were talking about Netflix, I was just like, well, I get video packages.
Premium? Like you pay for premium Netflix?
Well, Michael had upgraded his T-Mobile account. T-Mobile pays for the Netflix.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, when people was talking about it, I was like, yo, I don't get it, because I'm not seeing it.
Nah, that's how it was. It's just like they said, all right, man, we be back. And then they went off the commercials. Like, I don't have issue with the commercial though, but you went from having picture-in-picture to having no picture-in-picture. So that's what took me out. So it's like, it's 3 hours already. I work a physical job. I'm going to fall asleep because there's nothing to grasp me on. So half the time I fell asleep. Like, and then speaking of commercials, when you go and watch AEW on Max, that shit feels mad excellent. The graphics is better. The presentation is better.
Yeah, but they have full blown. They don't have picture on Max.
They do.
Well, I think it's because they those companies bought spots for Netflix and WWE. I think that's what it was. That nigga, I'm taking those ad dollars.
Yeah, the ad dollars pay a
Yo,
good
I'm
penny.
fine with that though, but yo, that picture-in-picture shit cannot die because at the end of the day, though, yes, you can still have your ads, but you push picture-in-picture. That shit was fine just to take it away from us. But then again, it is the first week though, so they might change it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because even with NXT this week on CW, there were them bitches went to picture in picture every 10 minutes. Like it felt like I thought I was watching nothing. Like it was going.
Speaking of commercials, I was watching JR's podcast the other day.
Shout out to Ciendo. Shout out to everyone's in here.
He was talking about how much WWE almost lost because of the Attitude Era.
See?
So he was talking about how Coca-Cola, a couple of other huge companies,
Miss Austin Saucy, what up?
Were about to pull out if they didn't go to PG-13. Like Linda had to step in and talk to people like, yo, we're not going to be doing what we're doing anymore. And the reason why I bring it up is how important this ad money is for WWE, because they can't keep their doors open without ad money.
So, and it was interesting that, so I had watched a clip because on Busted Open Radio, they had talked about how many people, streamed it for households and stuff for Netflix. So on they were saying almost about 5 million globally watched within a 24-hour window of Raw on Netflix. And they were saying in the US, somewhere about 2.6 million had watched Raw in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing he mentioned, which I thought was, I didn't really think about it in that sense, but when he said it, it made so much more sense. Because how do you, and that's in any business, because even I think about it like from my job, how do you expect growth if you don't take risks, if you don't take jumps and leaps? Like, you got to remember, they were on the USA Network for over 20 years. Like, the things that they did for not only this Raw, but probably Raws to come, they would have never been able to do on the USA Network. The president of USA Network said, yo, certain shit they had, that's how that whole shit with DX happened. If you remember, when they did that State of the Union thing and how they got that how they got that letter and stuff, that came from USA Network. So Dave LaGreca basically was like, how, like, WWE did the best thing for them in terms of growth and on a business sense in moving to Netflix, because now their reach is ridiculous. Like, just even in the United Kingdom alone, like, niggas in the UK that have been dying for wrestling, that have been wanting some consistency, like niggas globally are getting Raw, they're getting NXT, and they're getting SmackDown on Netflix. And I think that's what a lot of people don't like. Like, yeah, here in the States, we just think of, like, kind of like in this bubble. But WWE's mindset, and it has been probably for the last, like, almost like 5-6 years, has been, how do we reach globally? Like, how do we take this to the next level? And I think it was, in looking at it in that sense, like, Netflix was probably the best thing they could have done for themselves.
But it's one of those things where Triple H, these niggas been trying to take over the world for mad long, son.
Yeah.
Like, before the pandemic, he was trying to put NXT in every country.
Every continent.
Yeah, he was.
Check out my article about Netflix. It's called WWE Bringing Back the Golden Era. It's on Den of Geek. Check out my article written by Sir Wilkins
himself.
But the thing is just like, what I noticed is this way, right? What I noticed is WWE is always the scapegoat for everything. As far as XFL, all the modern day technology that they have, NFL took it. As far as streaming service, WWE was the first, even way before back in the day, where at one point they had Heat online only to watch on the network, and certain network stuff. Certain stuff you saw on W Network was on WWE.com. They was the first for that. And then they had their own network. They was the first one to partner with another network, realize their network was dying, that's partnering with that. So when I saw somebody said that, oh, I don't know how Netflix going to handle WWE. Oh, I saw the Tyson fight. I said, bro, WWE been doing this for years, dog. You don't think that WWE have their people in there? Like how many like pay-per-views that you have where like the WWE Network until now, night and day. People like, oh, I didn't even think of it that way. I was like, no, none of y'all niggas think of it that way, Ghost.
And low key, Netflix had been kind of on the low preparing for, opportunities like this in a sense.
Thank
Because
you.
if you go back, like Love is Blind, that reunion that was live, that was fucked up, that was Netflix's like first try. Like they was just like, yo, let's just throw shit on the wall and see what happens. And they
And the
saw what
roast of Tom
happened.
Brady, you forgot that the roast of Tom
The
Brady?
roast of Tom Brady. Yo, there's one of my favorite mediums, Loki, Tyler Henry. He actually goes live every week. And I didn't really connect that until the other day. And I was like, oh shit, they've been really putting certain things live to prepare themselves on that platform to present to other people like, yo, why don't you
Thank
put your
you.
thing on Netflix? These are the
Thank
things
you.
we've done. This is what we can do for you. So like them on Netflix, it is different because and like I hate comparing because it's not really a comparison in that sense, but it's an easier like mainstream thing to be like, yo, this is the only place for Raw. And I feel like on the AEW side of things, when they have the thing going at the same time on Max, where you have on Max, you have full blown commercials. You don't have picture in picture on Max. That I've seen. Because I watched this week on Max just to see. And I was like, well, I'm getting commercials. Okay, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. But you have
But the
people that
quality
now
is better.
they're splitting their watch times between either going on TBS for for picture in picture opportunity, or people that want a better, clearer version of it on Max. So it's just like it's an interesting time, but for both companies, it's an amazing transition for growth
Wait, I have a
across
question
the
about
board.
AEW on Max. Did they edit the pay-per-views? Did they edit them?
I think they did
Yo, I was
for
watching.
2019. Yeah, because
Yes,
I forgot which one. I think I watched Double or Nothing, and I was just like, I don't remember
yo,
that happening.
son, it was. I was watching Moxley versus the last pay-per-view for the year was Moxley versus Kenny Omega, and I'm looking like the camera cuts was better, the commercials in between it was better, like the commentators. I was just like, this is such a cleaner product. I'm looking like, who's editing this? Even when I watch it on Max, the the cuts are way better now. The presentation of AEW now is a lot better ever since that day one on Max.
But I just want whoever's in the back to they need to be better at cutting the cameras. That's my only thing. It's just like we still lagging on that a little bit.
On Max, for some reason, on Max, the editing of the camera is a lot better and stuff like that. But it's just,
I mean, it's a great opportunity. Listen, it's great for business, and I think that's really at the end of the day, whether you like AW only, if you like WWE, if you like both, whatever you like it's really it's overall a really good thing, and it opens doors for other companies to kind of like follow suit and doing things of that nature. But all right, let's get into some wrestling. So before we do get into Raw a little deeper, on SmackDown last week, the first SmackDown of 2025 was the cash in of one of the cash ins that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Bullshit. Hater. I hated it. It was trash.
No, it wasn't.
Tiffany.
The double, oh, well, because of
Fuck
what happened to
Tiffany.
Nia. So if you're saying it
Fuck
because it's
Tiffany.
Nia, then
Fuck Tiffany.
understandable. But
Fuck
Tiffany
Tiffany.
with the double turn on SmackDown, I said, damn. I couldn't believe it.
Trash.
But whatever, listen, say what you want. Nia carried that women's division all of 2024.
on her back like a
I don't
horse.
care what anyone has
She
to.
carried that division.
Nia Jax did what she was supposed to do
She
and
killed
did
her.
it right. She came back with a vengeance. She came back. She looked healthy. She looked good. She talking good on the mic. Her in ring is getting there. Like we rolling on all fours. But listen, it is Tiffy time. It is because
Trash.
had they punk faced this cash in, I would have been done.
Fuck her boyfriend, because Nia. Listen. My girl Nia Jax, not my real girl, but I'm just gonna put it out there. Listen, what Nia did was absolutely amazing over the years. Like we gotta give her credit.
Absolutely. Like people say what they want. Nia did that shit.
Nia was the best thing to happen to that division in a long time.
Yeah.
So we gotta be more like we have to give her more credit.
Yeah.
Like she really did her thing. Remember that match she did with Naomi?
Fire.
Yo, that title match was like match of the year, and it wasn't even like what the fuck.
That was fire.
And but the thing about it, they had good chemistry. Like
They have great chemistry together.
so, you gotta give them, you gotta give her respect and her getting better in the ring, putting that work. Like I feel like people never want to accept people for their growth.
Nah, they just want to. They want to talk about their downfall.
No. Only when people are what society like they meet society's norms. Because I realized that with certain women, like for example, Mandy Rose, everybody gave her credit because she is what society deems the ultimate beauty. Nia, because she's a big girl and stuff like that, they always gonna find some way to shit on her. Always. That's the thing. Because that's what I noticed that. Especially like not trying to make it about skin complexion, but like I remember half the time where like light skinned niggas was winning, they didn't look good as me at all. Was ugly
Niggas,
niggas.
dark skinned niggas have been winning the last 10 years.
Wait, hold on,
At
Janelle.
minimum.
You're not listening, Janelle. Not listening. You're adding your flavor right now. I don't need Janelle seasoning right now, B.
I'm just saying.
Hold up. I said how when I was growing up, B. They'll say, "Oh, you ugly." Got the ugly light skinned nigga. You feel me? But then I realized because light skin was in. Now when dark skin quote unquote in, oh, I'm the standard of beauty now. So that's what I'm saying though. It's all about based on society. Because like I bet you when like big girls in, oh yeah, I love Nia Jax. When it's not in, because society is not in, oh they hate him. The same.
I think it's more because they don't like her as a person. I think it's more. I don't think it has to do anything with. I think it's because they just don't.
I think niggas are still stuck on for when she from a few years ago.
And what do they say? That fat bitch all the time. When Mandy Rose was messing up. Wait, hold up. When Mandy Rose was messing up, it was not as harsh. Not as harsh.
Well, no, because she was white and blonde. And we're gonna, I mean, and it's not that it's fine. That's just what it is. Like, but I will say there were still other people that still. I mean, you're gonna get people that's gonna praise, and you hear that a lot louder. But there were still also people that was downing Mandy Rose too, even when she was in NXT and she was NXT champion. There was still people still talking shit, regardless.
The hate wasn't as loud as the love.
No, correct. I absolutely co-sign that.
Because she was still wasn't. I think Mandy didn't have that, which Nia is entitled to, that arrogance of Nia. Because Nia didn't give a fuck.
Zero.
And Nia has a bigger presence than Mandy. Let's keep it a buck. Weight, whatever it is, Nia has a bigger presence.
So that goes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. No. I said I'm sorry.
Yeah. So then they also, it's like, yo, you have a bigger presence. You walk like fuck y'all, anyways. You know what I mean? Like she's
her attitude was always like, okay, y'all don't like me, so what?
Yeah, exactly. Mandy was like, oh, she didn't put it out like she didn't put it out like that. Like literally, Nia be online trolling her haters.
Recently, yeah. When she did that, how you saying?
Nah, before she did, yeah, she be reposting shit and she'll respond to people like it wasn't a full crash out, but it would be like, sis, you don't gotta.
Listen,
it's okay.
Listen, I'm crashing.
You see, and that's my point. They pick and choose who like to do that because certain wrestlers did that. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my god, he's so witty. For example, who does that? Drew McIntyre do that. Becky Lynch do that. They're so witty. Oh my god. But Ricochet do that. Oh, you fucking booty. You're corny. I'm looking like.
All them niggas is corny, actually, so it's okay.
But hold up. I was right about Ricochet. Look at that jump he's on. We spoke. Quick AEW update. My man Ricochet's turning heel. He's turned up on the mic a little bit
and getting no reaction still.
No, so what? So?
Yo, when that nigga came out and that gauntlet shit was, first of all, I like the concept. It's just the fucking stupid ass different intervals is stupid as fuck. Like that's dumb. I don't like that. Nah. But when that nigga came out, I did like that because I had told Michael, I said, yo, because it was Jay sliced by White and whatchamacallit in the ring. And I said, yo, watch Swerve come out. And Swerve music hit. And I said, oh, see, he told you. And then when it wasn't him and it was Rico Booty, I said, okay, I don't mind that. But there was no reaction when that nigga came out. Like, it was quiet.
So it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, that's like I always say. If there's one person in the crowd watching and 3 people, it does not matter. You still keep shooting your jump shots. That's it.
Bro, Ricochet is cooking right now.
Yeah, he hit it on everything. Like, what's he on Dynamite this week? No, right? I don't remember. I probably no, but like
no, he wasn't.
Okay, but nevertheless though,
No.
he still don't hit on everything. The fact that people say, "Oh, you still corny for that?"
He was in the COVID shit. That was Wednesday.
Oh yeah, right.
That's what
Listen,
I said.
he is cooking. They ain't on social media. Like Ricochet is winning. Let's keep it a buck. Ricochet got a baddie. He got the bag.
With the fatty.
God can't give him everything.
Like how to like let me break this down. He look good with a beard. He look good bald, son. He got a nice body, son. Nice person. He making money, son. Son, you can never hail this man, bro. Probably in high school he got made fun of. Was a lame. Now this nigga is popping, son.
Listen. He is winning.
Winning, B. Winning.
If he can continue doing this heel run as he's doing, he's out of here. He's out of here. Ricochet got it. Ricochet, God can't give him perfect mic skills. That's why God gave him a wrist.
God didn't give him any mic skills, so let's not do that.
Nah.
His mic skills got better because he's being a heel right now. Let him talk. Listen, for the next 3 months, hold on. We're going to leave this. We're going to put a pin in Ricochet right now. Let's let him cook for the next 3 months.
Okay.
And let's see what happens. Because I bet you in 3 months, Ricochet is probably going to be the biggest heel in AEW.
Wait. So you're saying this. By March, April, he's going to be the biggest heel in AEW. That's what
he said by Revolution. He said by Revolution.
Hold on. If Tony Khan is not a moron, we know he is, but he's not a moron. If he lets Ricochet cook, if Ricochet is let cook for the next 3 months, he will be one of the biggest heels in AEW. Because you know why? Because he's better than a lot of people. That's why.
Nigga said he's gonna be better by default. That's crazy work to me. That's crazy.
I'm just saying he's about to be the next biggest star.
He's gonna be on the top of the top by default because ain't nobody else can be on the top of the top that they got, and they got mad niggas there. That's crazy.
Listen. We'll see.
Okay.
But do you hear that? Like you said that nigga is gonna be great by default.
I didn't say great by default.
He never said that.
That's basically what he said.
He never said that.
Because he has the ability to be the biggest star in AEW. Let him cook. Let him be AEW's Andrew Tate.
Well, okay. Since I guess we go backwards then. Since we talk about Dynamite.
Wait, before you go back to Dynamite, show my nigga Omos win a title in Japan.
Yo, my nigga Omos.
Big black nigga.
I don't want to hear nobody say nothing about Omos no more. That ass. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
Omos is
making this nigga into a global spectacle on the low, and it's crazy. Like, yo, he got interviewed. It was a YouTube clip I had watched. He got interviewed by a random guy in Japan that just saw him walking in like the market because he was just the tallest thing ever. And he was like, "Oh, what do you do?" Like, he interviewed him. That ass had no clue who he was, didn't know nothing about him, and interviewed him. And was like, "Yeah, I'm a wrestler. I wrestled there. You know, I'm wrestling there tomorrow." Like, he's like, "This is my first time in Japan." Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn. I said, yo, they making him into a global spectacle.
Smart.
Which MVP, is genius.
MVP was talking so much shit, but now Omos is global on a global level.
That nigga is a champion in Japan. How many niggas can say that? Yeah. How many niggas you know right now that their dream is to wrestle in Japan? And that nigga just did that.
The Jet
about to be signed by NXT.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. But nah,
I'm just gonna do that.
But nah, but outside of that though.
So real quick on Dynamite, because then we'll talk about the Raw debut. Dynamite. So they had announced that the winner of the gauntlet for the men's was going to face John. At first, I thought it was going to be Grand Slam, so I was like, "Oh shit, Jay White probably gonna win because that's Australia. That makes sense." But no, it's for the title shot next week in Cincinnati, in John Moxley's hometown. And of course, our friend of the show, Will Hobbs, won the gauntlet. I was so proud. I was so happy for him. Yo, when he said I'm Big Mox my bitch, I was like, oh,
Right from his girl.
talk to me like that. Like, what?
You have a whole man.
And I said that in front of his face. Talk to me like that. That don't mean I gotta do something. Just talk to me. But
in my brother's face. My brother's face.
He already know what's up, so he knows, so it don't matter. But also they did a number one. Well, next week's women's gauntlet is for a women's title shot at Grand Slam in Australia. And Chris Statlander won the number one spot. So the way they do the gauntlet is if you're number one, you have the most chance to actually win because you can pin someone before half of the damn other people in the match come out.
But that would never happen in wrestling.
Yo, that happened. That happened on Dynamite. Like, all the niggas that was in the match came out.
No. I'm talking about that would never happen in wrestling where, like, they pin the first guy and after that no one comes out. You know damn well that never happened in wrestling.
Yo, all honesty, I feel like only 5 niggas had came out when Ospreay had won that time on Dynamite.
Because it was only 5 people in the room.
No, it was not. It was mad. It was supposed to be mad other people coming out.
You sure?
I'm dead ass.
I'm not saying you lying.
Go back and watch that Dynamite because it was the Daily's place. When Ospreay fucking won that match, he was probably like he came out like maybe like 2 or 3, and like only like it was like 5 niggas in the ring, and he won. Like, I promise you, like the shit is. That's why I was like, it's weird how they do it. Like, it's a cool concept, but it's just weird how it's executed in a sense. But the women's match honestly was my favorite match of Dynamite.
Oh, don't forget Mercedes Moné's 4 belt.
Okay, great for her. Great for her. But what does that do for AEW? What the fuck does that do for AEW?
True.
Just somebody answer me. What does her have? Like, it's a great personal accomplishment for her, and it's not a shot to her. I'm glad that she's been able to doing things she has not been able to do in her career. But what does that do for the company that's paying you millions of dollars? What is
Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly my point. Nothing. But it is what it is. They ended off Dynamite with the return of Kenny Omega with some new music. I liked it. I thought that shit was hard. I was like, oh shit.
Much needed.
But the only thing is, I just felt like it wasn't necessary to have Don Callis and the crew come out and fuck that up. Like, it was just like, Kenny ain't been on TV in 18 months. Like, can he have this? Can he just have 5 minutes?
Very true.
That was my only thing. I was just like, I get it because it was to set up him and Brian Cage next week on Dynamite, blah, 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 blah. But y'all could have did that shit on Collision with nobody watching it. Like,
that could be a fire match.
Did you peep?
Like, Dynamite was his returning in the United States. Like, bro, give him the time. Like, just do it.
But you know what's interesting though? I think Kenny being out so long, he's lost his luster, and it's not his fault. It's a sad part about wrestling. Like, I don't know if you guys paid attention to Wrestle Kingdom.
No.
Where
I don't know where to watch it. I don't know who be in it.
So he fought Gabe
Kidd. That I knew because we interviewed Gabe Kidd, which you could go back and watch on our YouTube page. Haha. But go ahead.
He fought Gabe Kidd. And it was interesting because he fought him, and Gabe Kidd literally became the babyface of that match.
The rub of all rubs.
He became the face of New Japan. Very much the role that Kenny had for so long. And Kenny cut a promo after, and he was like, "Yo, I'm here, not at the company that I'm signed for." And it sounded like it wasn't a promo. It sounded a little bitter.
Like, but then he forgot about me.
But then he comes back to AEW, and it's kind of the same vibe that he's getting, where niggas forgot about him. True. And that's the sad part about professional wrestling, where that's why people work through these injuries and work through these sicknesses, because it's like, yo, once I'm gone, the fans forget about you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
unfortunate, which is why sometimes, like, you know, it's interesting when they do certain, like, people coming back. Like, the biggest, best comeback, honestly, was when Triple H came back from the quad the first time, and
Mm-hmm.
they did that video package and they played that shit through and through, and it got you hyped for the return. And I feel like in a way they probably should have did that for Kenny, especially him being like one of the top guys, been in the companies from the beginning, like showing the trials and tribulations, like him saying, standing there saying like, yo, the doctors told me if I didn't come in today, I would have died. Like having those moments of, of in a package before he had came out, or like clips during Dynamite, I think would have added to the excitement of him being
True.
on Dynamite in that sense.
I
Because
agree.
all they did was just post like, you'll hear from Kenny Omega, and it was not even like it didn't give it that big feel of the return of the cleaner Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? So it just it came off. I felt the same way. I felt like they could have did more for him in that return, in that sense, because he's been gone all this time. So it's just
True.
like it was
Yeah, but
weird.
it kind of hurts. Like you put the work in, you get on this level, and
True.
then instantly the people forget about you.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So that's why you
True.
got to do things, or the company that's behind you got to do things to not let people forget about you, even in injury. There's tons of times where people are injured, but they're still out. They doing promos, they're doing this, they're on commentary, they're still involved in some way. Like even with Phil, when Phil was injured, he didn't miss WrestleMania. He was on commentary. You know what I mean? Like there's opportunities to still use an individual to keep them relevant for when they do come back, that you're like, oh shit, all right, he's back. Versus it being like, okay, he's here, cool.
I think the problem is with the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, a lot of people that who's in the upper card of AEW, they're very bitter from wrestling. Like I have noticed that they're just tired of it. They're tired of fans because their whole energy be so like blah about it, and they don't treat it as seriously no more because it became a job. So this is why that when they were able to go to New Japan and all of that, it's just like they achieved their goal. Now it's just like they bored. Like
Yeah,
like
well,
like like
I don't get, well, why would they let the Young Bucks win them tag belts either? That threw me for a loop. I was like, well, what? Okay.
It was
that was
trash.
just weird.
Oh,
It
also
was
speaking
trash.
about the tag titles, and we'll move on and talk about on Raw and Netflix. I don't like how they did Private Party. I don't. I did not
Yeah,
like that at
yeah,
all.
yeah.
Um, it's bad enough that niggas even low key forget that them niggas is tag team champions, and the fact that they got a segment like that and it be clown like that, I was just like, first of all, y'all know y'all old niggas got no business winning tag team belts. So why are we even in this conversation? Why are we even in this mix? It's
And
beyond me.
that's why I feel like I got called MVP in them. Y'all do a lot more damage to the other talent than you do actually do like a lot more good. That's why I feel like they running AEW feels like another bitterness. Like they have this, it's us against them or something like that. They don't feel like they fully engulf with the culture of AEW yet. They feel very like they come up like they're better than people. Like there's no sense of like, why would you do that to Ricochet? Why would you do that to like Private Party? Like what does that do for their character? You look like a fucking bunch of bullies. I get it, it's a storyline, but it's ways to better to do something. When in wrestling, it's always said that you always gotta make the face look good. You feel me? There's ways to make the face look good without make the face look bad. And that's not, I don't know. I just didn't like it.
It was weird because then even with the match with Bobby and the Briscoe,
Yeah.
and Private Party came out for the save, and I was just like, no, I see where y'all trying to, but no, like this ain't,
Yeah.
especially for a tag team that has been deserving of them belts from when they were there, and they don't really have any real story to what they got going on. And then to have for, but I will say, them bras they had on that stage was not it at all. But that's just
Why?
me.
You didn't like them?
Well, respectfully, no. Like
You a hater. Let me
it
see.
ain't.
Duh. Duh.
First of all, we are. You know what? I ain't gonna do that. I'll tell you what I really want to tell you later, cause. But you already know where I'm going with that. But overall, I guess they're starting to build up to Grand Slam, which is cool because Grand Slam is February the 15th, in Australia. And then right after that, they have Revolution in LA. So they're gearing up to that. They have this whole, I'm interested to seeing how this title match with Mox and Will goes next week. But
I
other
don't
than
know.
that,
I don't know. It's like how that. I just can't. Like again, I'm always rooting for AEW. Always, always, always. I'm not these dudes who come in here. I hate AEW. I pray that they fail in life, this, that, and third. Because at the end of the day, we need a lot more places for people to work. That's it. Speaking of that,
that's fair. But all right, Raw on Netflix is lit.
What would you give
Literally.
it a 8 out of from a 1 to 10? What would you give it?
I enjoyed myself. So and I didn't have no commercials like everybody else, I guess. So I'm probably more like 8.5 because I was sitting here like, yo, it literally would go like you would see the match and then it would do this and then it'll come back like literally in a second. So I was just like, there was no like thing like that, but it wasn't a Raw where, because people complain like, oh, it was only 4 wrestling matches in 3 hours and like it was the debut. It was really that Raw was for Netflix. It wasn't for us fans in that sense. But the LA crowd did they did the assignment correctly when that nigga Hulk Hogan decided to come and 2-step his ass out of Gorilla. And let me tell you something about this beard that no one gives a fuck about.
someone said this, right? They feel like we owe Jimmy Hart an apology because we booed him.
We do. Because I hope
No,
Jimmy does not feel like we don't like him.
No,
because that energy was not for him.
No. You know what you signed up with your mans. You know this. You know what your man's been capable of for years, my nigga. You heard stories. You probably witnessed it. He done trash around you. You know your man's is your man's. Just like with this podcast. I know certain things my brother says it's gonna cost you a lot of things, but I know what I signed up for. That's it. You know your man's was racist. You know your man's racist, but yet you saw that bag.
He was just flying a flag. He was just trying to be patriotic.
But that's your man.
That's
your man. That's your man. And WWE too. And this is why that I blame WWE for this dumbness too. And this is why I low key be thinking that
they knew better.
They knew better. Oh,
they definitely knew better.
Like they knew better.
Because
they knew better.
When that nigga had came out with Titus O'Neil in Tampa for that WrestleMania and we booed then, I was like, y'all ain't get it then? And then when he got booed now, I was just like,
yes.
Damn.
Wait. And on top of that, y'all partnered him with his beer. Wow, there's Stone Cold Steve Austin, where everybody said the beer is good. Everybody rocks with him. But so yet you chose Hogan.
About the beer. So here's the thing about that beer is the beer situation is American Beer actually is a sponsor. They are paying WWE. So that is why that is that situation. It has nothing to do with granted. I'm not a beer drinker, so that's not really my thing. But American Beer is one of the sponsors. The logo is on the mat in the ring. They're one of the sponsors for
But again,
WWE
could have got any modern star. They could have got so many people. They could have got the Viking Raiders. War Machine. What is it? War Machine now? I'm sorry. I'm gonna
War Machine.
War Machine. You could have had a whole ad of them being Vikings drinking the beer. Fair opportunity. That could be a new spokesman.
That's not the representative of the beer.
But then again, though, it could have fed middle America. Hey, after a long day, you see a beer drinking Viking shit. Oh, I look like that man. Representation right on the screen. Missed opportunity. And I just feel like WWE, they're clueless. They are. They're clueless.
Nah, there's no way. I feel like they had to know something.
They had to know. So
I don't think they thought it was gonna be like that, but I feel like they knew that it was gonna be mixed because it's always been mixing.
Thank you.
But them niggas knew, and I said that from being in Tampa for that WrestleMania. I was just like, niggas booed him in the rain.
So but it's one of those things. It's one of those things where. So let's keep it a buck, because some people were like, "Oh, is it because he's racist? Is it because of him fucking with Trump? Is it because of his certain things that he said?" I was like, in my opinion, because somebody asked me about this, I was like, listen.
It's everything.
Hulk Hogan, the reason why they brought him out is all jokes aside, he's an icon in professional wrestling. That's why they brought him out. They sometimes they don't think, especially Netflix, they don't know what's going on.
And that could have been. I was thinking that. I was like, it could have been a Netflix request, and they were just like, all right,
yeah. But
this is what I want. We're gonna give you what you want.
At the end of the day, over the years, Hulk Hogan has buried himself.
Time and time again.
Hulk Hogan, the wrestler, what was his last name? Balboa, whatever his last name? Whatever Hulk Hogan's
Terry
last
Hogan.
name.
Hogan.
Terry Hulk Hogan has buried himself over the years.
Yeah.
Let's break it down. Bo Allen, whatever the fuck it is. So Terry Hulk Hogan.
Ebola.
Number
You call him
one.
Ebola. You gonna Terry Ebola?
So number one, Hulk Hogan is a liar.
Oh my God.
Hulk Hogan just be lying for no reason.
Out the ass.
Like he'll tell you that the water's green, but the water's blue. But then he'll try to make you believe.
Like
that the
you
water's
don't see
green.
that hint of green. You don't see
Like
it.
you don't see the green on it. So that's number one. Number two, he's a snitch. He snitched on Jesse Ventura when he was trying to get the boys to create a union. He snitched hard body. And then he tried to lie about it, but then say he did it. Number three, he's a racist.
Mm-hmm. That's number one, though.
Number four, I'm going to say this, and people may not agree with it. He's the reason why WCW went down and TNA went down. Number five,
TNA Dixie had a part in that, but
no. When him and Eric Bischoff told Dixie to put TNA against Monday Night Raw, you is dumb.
Yeah, you set yourself up for disaster on that one. Y'all listening to the wrong nigga because you don't know.
Over the years, he has completely buried himself. Then at this point, who's fucking with you? You have isolated yourself from every type of fan.
And Mark Henry said something that was smart. He never redeemed himself after what he done.
No, because he never apologized.
Because the thing is, when somebody does not think they're in the wrong, they're not going to do something where they don't think they're in the wrong. That nigga don't think he's ever in the wrong. He don't think that, what I said and what I did affected or rubbed people the wrong way. He don't give a fuck about that. It's on some I said what I said and that's it. And
listen, also, he ruined WrestleMania in the Caesars Palace when he took the title away from Yokozuna in like 2.5 seconds.
That nigga went in the business for himself at WrestleMania 9.
That's why all the Samoans don't fuck with Hogan. No Samoans fuck with Hogan because you ruined Yokozuna's title reign.
You ruined the first tribal chief.
You know the crazy thing about it? I always felt this way. If Macho Man was still alive, that would have been Hogan. I mean, that would have been Macho Man.
When that nigga
instead.
said Macho name, I booed even harder at home.
Yo,
I said,
no one fucks with you. Macho Man is a rap song.
Name out your mouth. So
he's in such denial. He's in so much denial.
Yeah, like
it's like he doesn't understand. It's
he
like,
got hater blockers on. It don't make no sense.
Yo, low key, he might have dementia.
Well, I mean, low key, he couldn't even walk. Really, like Jimmy Hart, older than him, and was out here moving that. He was waving that
Jimmy
flag.
Hart got a good soul.
Yo, Jimmy Hart was waving that flag for 2 minutes.
Exactly.
And Hogan could barely stand the fuck up.
I met Jimmy Hart in person. Oh, he's moving. He's moving.
That's
moving.
A moving nigga.
Exactly. Because you know why? Because you know why? He looked out for everybody. I swear, I had Jimmy Hart's story. He looked out for me and stuff like that. He looked out, B.
And then backstage brawl in the chat mentioned, hey, Undertaker didn't get booed. Because you know what? Undertaker has views that I don't fuck with. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But hold on 1 second. There has been many stories, like my brother said, about Undertaker taking care of people, being a
no matter what the race. He always took care of everybody. Everybody looked at the Hardy Boys, Christian, black wrestlers, and his crew. He had Godfather. He let Godfather be him.
Yeah,
Godfather be
Yoko.
pimps and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Yoko,
everybody.
everybody, son. Everybody fuck with Undertaker.
So when people were saying that on social media and stuff too, I thought about that too, and I said, you know what was the biggest difference though? They didn't give Taker a microphone. Taker never had an opportunity to even say anything for that to even be an opportunity, because that could
Exactly.
have been that, regardless whether because once again, I love Taker, but Mark, baby, I don't want Mark. That ain't for me. But WWE was low key smart, and that's why I said they know better. They didn't let that nigga speak. That nigga just came out. First of all, they punk faked me with the fucking gong, which I didn't appreciate. And then we got an American badass nigga. So we got Mark Calloway coming out on a motorcycle. But he didn't say anything. And that was for me the biggest difference, because I think had they gave him a microphone, we might be having a different conversation about how people would have reacted to that nigga too.
Nah,
Because there are
nah.
certain people that after that podcast with Trump, they really don't really want to fuck with Undertaker like that.
But the thing is about the podcast with Trump though, it was more on some. Nobody really watched it outside that's for the deep cover fans. It's like if like you go to Jay-Z concert and then he played a bunch of B-side albums. Niggas know you have to be a hardcore fan to see that. And besides, Undertaker, you hear positive stories about him all the time. You look up Google, oh, he had John Trump on there. All right, cool. End the story, cool. But what's what are his views and stuff like that? How he treat people, how everybody speak highly of him. Now Hogan, for years, they can say Hogan's a piece of shit. Everyone said the same exact
Yeah,
thing.
nah. If everyone's saying you're on mute, by the way, so that's
Yeah.
interesting.
So no, backstage bro mentioned that even Hogan tried to ruin Taker's career. I don't know if you know about that.
I remember, yeah. He told him that, yo, when you gave him the two-stone power driver, you hurt my neck. What the fuck you do that for to a young cat
didn't want
like
to put
that?
Taker over when he had
He
that
did
title
it.
match with him.
He did it. I'm like, yo, you selfish. You
Yo,
selfish.
Hogan is a bad human being.
He is. He's
Yo,
terrible.
but hopefully they learned their lesson off of this
No,
time.
they didn't. No, they didn't. They'll keep on doing this.
Stop
Yo, listen.
fucking putting this nigga on my TV.
Listen.
I'm not cheering.
Listen.
I'm not
And
happy.
also, let's keep it a buck. Most of us I watched Hogan, a little bit of Hogan, like in his prime, like a very little bit of it. But most people who are adults, like adults who are gonna be at the shows, that Attitude Era babies, ruthless aggression. No, that's Attitude Era aunts and aunts, uncles and aunts. They're ruthless aggression adults, and they're PG era young adults now.
But don't forget a lot of them. Don't forget the new generation too. There's a lot of kids still left from that.
Yeah. So, the new generation is kind of Hogan a little bit, but like it's really like Hogan's era is completely played out now.
Wait. Hold up. Question: has any black wrestler ever beat Hogan in a match? Or some nigga Earl?
I don't know. Maybe Booker.
That's a great question.
Maybe
great
Booker.
question.
That'll be the only person I can really sit here and think of, like off rip, that might have. But I'm not checking for Hogan, so I don't care.
Nigga ill fam. Yo, the crazy thing about that icon.
Black Wrestling Podcast in the building.
Yo, one thing about that thing, like his icon for YouTube is so old. So you see him, yo, he can play his own son. That picture, that's him. But when you see him now, look like, yo, no, not a bad thing, but a good thing. Like, my man got older. He looking sexy with the beard, son. Man, he really, dang, he looks so different in this picture. I don't know ill fam in this one.
But Dwayne like to pick and choose when he want to be.
Yeah.
No. The better question that I know is The Rock, and also Yokozuna.
You know what?
So basically, like, he beat a Samoan. He beat a Samoan in half.
You're an idiot. Stop it.
So he beat
It's the closest thing.
He beat like a black person light. Okay.
This nigga said diet black.
Yes.
This nigga said diet black.
I mean,
yes.
I mean, like, yo, listen. I love Samoans. Yo, listen. I love Samoans. I love everything that they respect. But like, oh, you gotta go?
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Well, all right, Mr. Black, we'll finish up right now. What else did you enjoy about Raw on Netflix?
It
Shout
was
out
cool.
to Marcos. Well, cause we be at home sometimes. A girl be off, so I want to be home. But Mr. Black, what other stuff did you enjoy? What was a hit or miss for you with this week's with the premiere episode on Netflix?
I just felt that it was a missed opportunity to showcase all their talent. Like, I get it. You want to show all these commercials and stuff like that. They should have the commercials better placed and not
Oh,
so
well,
long.
your experience was different.
Yeah,
Okay.
but at the end of the day, though, son, you still had like, oh, they show commercials, they show promos. That's the same shit. You feel
No,
me,
but
though,
what I
son?
like, so here's the thing. What I liked about that though was the same thing we kind of talk about what sometimes AEW lacks in. So when you have, let's say, the casual fan has Netflix, they're like, and Netflix did a very amazing. Listen, the money that went into that marketing was outrageous because literally every time you turned on Netflix, it showed you Raw on Netflix January 6th. Like literally every time you clicked on that. So their promotion of it was really dope. What I liked about the videos, and I'll bring that to that, is you have a casual fan that turns on Netflix, they see, oh, January 6th. Oh, they talking about Rock coming, Cena coming, all these people that I do know about, but I haven't watched in forever. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. And when they turn it on and they're watching it, and let's say they experience it the way I did with the video packages, you having someone that has not watched wrestling in a long time, seeing the like, how did we get here before the match happens? It adds to the experience. So
No, I'm
like,
fine with that. I'm fine with the video packaging. But I felt like this is a brand new episode, right? And for certain champions, certain things, you got to present them onto the products. Like Braun Breaker having no promo packages, none of that. This is your bright young
well, they
talent.
showed him.
When?
He was in the crowd. They showed him.
Oh yeah, but like present him. You feel me?
But see, but the
Oh
thing is with that though is if they present everything all at once, what's for next week? What's for the
no,
week after that?
but like how that you could have just gave him a squash match. You could have
No,
shown
because
off
then
his
that's
strength.
pointless and that don't make no sense. And I
No,
don't want that.
no, but like how's that pointless? It's showing off the mag of his character. Yo, wait a minute. Who's that Braun Breaker? Give him a chance in the match. Or you give him like, yo, you know what? One point to make him look good. You know what? Next, like bring up another young talent, Carmelo Hayes. They can have a quick match together. Something. I just
But
feel like
I don't know. I don't. I
I
just
just
feel
feel like
like
how the
I just feel like had they did all of that for that first episode, like what the fuck is you gonna watch next week? You know
no,
what I
but
mean?
that's
And it's the
fine.
same reason why they decided to not put the women's IC match on the first Raw because it would have
But
overshadowed.
but
They
y'all be
decided.
acting like that, how that they can't fill up 3 hours. Like, yo,
Nah, they filled
like,
it up, but it just had a
but
whole bunch of niggas in it.
But I just feel like, oh, it's too much. I'm gonna feel like, yo, y'all forget Vince used to squeeze in mad wrestling in 2 hours. So
No,
that's the point.
listen.
That's what that's what I'm trying to make. It's just like, yo, I get it. But as for me, watching as a casual fan, there's plenty of opportunity to present Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker hasn't been on screen for a minute. I'm talking about wrestling for a while. Hey, let me put Braun Breaker on his quick match and stuff like that. Like a 10-minute match, show off his strength and stuff like that. Cool. Who's this? Who's this motherfucker? Oh, and commentary talking about that his pops was this, his pops was that. Make him must see TV. Make him come back.
But
You feel me?
I feel like they would do that in the weeks to come. I just don't feel like the first episode, especially with it being so star studded, stacked in that sense. And once again, like I said in the beginning, this episode was for Netflix. It was not
And
for,
people feel
it
like how
wasn't for
that
the wrestling
people feel
fan
like
that
how
wanted to
that
see
yo,
8 matches in 3 hours. It wasn't that
but
type of
but
show.
I hear it though when people say this ain't W, we ain't adding magic because of matches. You see how much like modern wrestling changed everyone's mind. Oh, they put a match, it's an issue. You feel me? Back in the day, we used to love having mad wrestling on the screen. Now it's an issue now.
Well,
Like
because
it's
now our attention
funny.
span, like like the fan we were 10, 15, 20 years ago is not the fan we are today. And
And
that's
that's
fair.
on y'all.
No,
That's on
which
y'all
is
because
fine.
that's
That's
on
it's
y'all
not a
because
problem.
because 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 guess what? Half of y'all watch TV with your phone in your hand, watch everything else, but instead of paying attention. That's
But
on
that's
y'all.
why you
Y'all can
have other
change that.
opportunities and other shows to watch. Like I tell people all the time, yo, you really want something like wrestling back to back to back to back? Then you on Tuesday nights go watch NXT.
But
Because
I'm
let me
not
explain
saying that
something to
has to
you.
be back to back. It's just saying to
NXT, no,
have that,
but
yo.
I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm saying for someone that may be looking for more wrestling matches in that sense, and a more diverse way of showcasing talent, NXT would be that product. Because even on Tuesday night, the first 3 matches were all women matches. Like
I'm not,
legit. Like
but exactly. But all I'm saying is this: there's better ways to use your time on the air. I get it. You could have not had shown much commercials. You could have cut down certain, like you don't like certain promos. I get it. I understand that. But there's ways to present certain things. Hey, we have 4 matches. What's hard about having 5 matches within like within 3 hours? And it's proved my point. We got so used to less wrestling, a bunch of commercial and ads to the point where like yo, other talent needs to be on screen. That's it. Because at the end of the day, the amount of time niggas make shit on Vince, he fill up every card with wrestling. And in the middle of it, he filled with promos and everything like that. So he did the balance right. But y'all niggas want to shit on it now because it's not cool to have a show for wrestling because of AEW, because the way AEW does it. But yet, but but yeah, when you watch independent show, you can sit there, everything, 2 matches, 3 matches, and then intermission. I'm just saying this, yo. I get it. You're not supposed to put all your load, but at the end of the day, though, son, at least have a promo package with Braun Breaker. At least
you
do
just
certain
want Braun
things.
on TV, but he was on
No,
TV.
no, but like who is this guy? But it's like at the end of the day, like I didn't see like you say your promo packages. One promo could be like, yo, instead of having a promo package that's like 10 minutes, cut it down to 8 minutes, 2 minutes of Braun Breaker. All his highlights that he did in WWE. Certain wrestlers you want to bring up, like the same thing that they did for Gunther. They could have did it for Braun Breaker, other wrestlers. Hey, I'll try to present the New Day storyline. What's up with the New Day? Do little things. They're not blowing their load, not having a screen, but use your promo package a lot better. That's all I'm saying.
No, I hear you, but I just don't think this was the episode to do that. This is what I'm saying because this
But
episode was so they were so focused on making sure they showed The Rock, they showed John Cena, they showed the video package. They had Jay Uso come out with this nigga smoking. They had so many other things
you see,
going
I
on.
never said that he won't be probably. You see, you're not listening.
No,
You're
but
not fucking
no,
listening.
it's not even
I'm
that
saying
niggas.
this way. No,
That's
no, no,
how
no,
it's come.
no.
But to be fair, it's
No,
how it's
you're not
coming off.
listening. No,
That's
you're
all
not
I'm saying.
listening. You're not listening. I said this. Yo, this is raw. People first time watching this. You have like at the end of the day, who's people don't know who's their champions. I remember watching season 1 of certain things. They present who's the certain characters. Who is this? Who is this important person? This, that, and third. He's one of your important people. Present them in a promo package. Someone else, another talent, Bianca Belair, the women's tag team. Have them in a promo package. These are women that can go in between different shows. That's all I'm saying. That everybody's crying, oh, you ruined your low, da 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 da, this, that, and third. No, when I watch basketball, they show certain basketball players on the commercials. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this, yo, as a new fan who coming in, I want to see who are these wrestlers. I want to see what their backstory. Yes, that's great. Our promo packages before the match, that's old. But at the end of the day, you have all these other commercials. Like you are presenting what they know and who introduce new characters. That's it. Oh, you can't blow your load in the first episode. Yo, but how you gonna tell like I'm just saying that's an excuse. Y'all always make excuses
It's
for
not an
WWE.
excuse. That's the truth. Like I
No,
mean,
no, y'all make excuses for
I
WWE
can
all the
understand had
time.
they. I can understand how they not showed how they didn't show him. They didn't show Bianca and Naomi. They didn't show Tiffany. I can understand how they not like physically shown people, but niggas was shown and commentary said who they were. So it was like I get what you're saying. Like you wanted him to be
Like
on
he
a
said,
different
they
to
wasn't
be
even
presented
presenting that
differently.
champions, showed the belts or something. They didn't do that. Braun Breaker could have been in the audience like this with the championship. Yo, that's IC champion, the son of da 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 da, this, that, a third. Simple as that. Easy advertisement. He had no championship. Really? Bianca Belair in the crowd could have had a championship. Vince would have made him do that. My point. Fine. You're not gonna present them. You're not giving a squash match. Show them the fucking title. Because a lot of people don't know how the new title looks like. These are new casual fans, though, right? Present it. That's all I'm saying. Gunther had it. Everyone else should have had the show. Present who your champions
I mean,
are.
Gunther had it. He's the world champion. I would hope if anyone had it, it would be him. But Real quick,
Here we go. We
NXT.
give them grace. The crazy thing about it, niggas give WWE so much grace when like they like it. When they don't like it, they hate the shit. Get
I
the
mean,
fuck out of here,
that's just
son.
life. Like that's just it. Like that's anything. That
And someone
depends.
said that, are we complaining about folks not appearances? Wild. How am I complaining? All I'm saying is
I'm
this.
not. I'm just.
All I'm saying is present your
Listen.
champions.
I
Like,
enjoyed
yo,
it.
man, listen. Listen,
Yeah.
this is a
That's what
podcast.
I'll
We
tell
got full
you.
of space. We're potting. What the fuck? Like, I'm mad when someone say you
But
complain about
real
we're
quick
potted.
on NXT, we got two new NXT champions. We have Julia, who's now the NXT Women's Champion. But shout out to Roxanne Perez. She literally put NXT on her back the entire of 2024. So it's be interesting to see if they'll pull her up because once again that portal situation is open.
Mm-hmm.
And Oba Femi is the new NXT
Like this
champion.
nigga said, I'm paying money, no grace for anybody. Exactly.
All right,
Thank you.
Zachary, cool. But Obafemi and Julia are your new NXT champions, which for me gave it actually just kind of felt like a new chapter in NXT was gonna start up. So it's a really good feeling. Lexus King won his Heritage Cup match, so he is now officially the Heritage Cup champion. So that's really cool. This week,
Anyways.
Axiom and Nathan Frazier are defending the NXT tag titles against OTM, which will be really cool. Stephanie Vacourt won her number one contendership, but Shotzi started to be in the mix of that. So we'll see what happens with that. But
Wait, I gotta address this topic. Someone
what?
said it was a packed show, 4 matches.
I
A
wouldn't say pay per view feel, but I guess in
packed
that
show,
big, it was bigger than your average Raw. I will say that, but
but
I
how you said that?
don't
How
know if
there
I
was
say
a
pay per
packed
view.
show with 4 matches.
I think in terms of I don't think Pac in terms of what hypocrisy. I don't know what the hypocrisy Jones is talking about. I don't think in terms of Pac he mean like it was I had mad matches, but the show was packed like with mad shit going on. Like you
But
had people.
it's a wrestling show with 4 matches. Pay per view feel on a pay per view at least 6 matches. With 4 matches,
Listen, I'm
majority
okay
of the
with
time with
4 matches. I be
commercials
trying to tell
and
these niggas
ads.
when we do our show, like I be wanting 5 max, cause you want to be able. So like what I
Five or
had
six
liked about
matches.
I don't listen. If I like quality over quantity, and I'm always gonna be that. So if you give me 4, cool.
But my thing is this
If
way.
you give
Okay,
me 8 or 12 and they ain't shit and they don't mean shit, what are we doing?
you know me. What's a packed show is this way, right? For me, is you have a perfect balance of wrestling, talking, and promos.
But there is no perfect balance.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. It's just like how that instead of having certain people and go over, I get it, certain people go over, whatever, cool. But with the matches, hey, you could have other matches. With the original plan for it, it had mad matches on it. It had 6 matches, and each match had certain things to it. That was packed. I think it was 5 matches. It had Pentagon coming back, Becky Lynch coming back, and stuff like that. Come on, that was packed. That was packed originally. What they had was Undertaker, John Cena, and The Rock, 4 matches, but that's packed. You know what it is though? I
I
guess
mean,
when you
when you have
watching,
16,700 people in a building for a show for 3 hours, that shit is packed. Like,
but all I'm saying is this way. I see what people mean, but I just feel like I've been watching wrestling forever. Forever. And I seen so much that had they done certain things right. And I'm not capping Vince was the greatest and stuff like that. But there was shows after WrestleMania I said, dang, it was great balance of matches, great balance of everything. There was SmackDown I turned on. Last week's SmackDown for 3 hours, you got your bang worth, my nigga. What?
yo, for it to be 3 hours, that was the smoothest 3 hours
Thank
I've
you.
watched
Thank
SmackDown in a
you.
very long
Thank
time.
you. And that's my point, what I'm trying to say, though. That's it. You watch SmackDown not too long ago on Friday night. You got all of this. And you watch Raw, you looking like, I get it. The initial hype, you kind of look like, okay, I see it. So that's no excuse, though. That's all I'm
No,
saying.
but I agree with Zachary saying like I'm at 5 to 6 is really with a mixture of things in between and stuff like that. Then yeah, but every show I feel like every show should be different. It shouldn't be the same old. It should switch it up. This week's episode was star studded with old niggas. Cool. Next week we getting the debut of a nigga from AEW. You know what I mean? Like I think like I said in the beginning, I feel like if we would have packed all of that, we would have had Becky come back. We'd have had Penta come back. somebody would have been overshadowed by somebody.
No, 100% though. But this guy, like, you see, and this is why we talk about people who just got here. Bro, we talk AEW forever. We just got on AEW earlier, dogs. Previous episode, we get on AEW. Like, I hate when people be like, oh yeah, we're fanboys for AEW, but we don't say about nothing about WWE. Yes, we do. We're balanced. Like, for example, I defend AEW almost every time, and I see what they do wrong. Yo, bro, chill, son. Chill, son. You're new here. You're new here, son. Go back or ask other people around here. We do both. We may not agree with all of y'all, but definitely though we criticize both sides. Stop.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week.
But no. But I kind of, like I said, it's the first episode. I'm gonna say this is the first episode, but I'm gonna give it up until March. I ain't gonna say nothing because
nigga, everybody is on the road to WrestleMania. Is started. They're like, I'm not even hearing. I'm not jacking March. Like niggas is riding out until the weekend of 420 at least to see what the fuck go on.
Hell yeah.
Because next week you get Penta debuting.
This is wild though. Like, and this is what I be talking about with people. Why give something attention that you hate? That's the most stupid shit ever.
Because deep down you want to give it a chance.
No, in real life, if I don't fuck with you, you don't exist in my book.
See, but it's a difference with if as an individual. Like if you, that's like saying like, what's a brand like people fuck with, but then it's a brand thing. Like, and that's the job of the person that's in charge of marketing. You want to market to the people that you want to market to. So like at the end of the day, like I get it because it be like the whole month of December, I did not watch AEW live at all. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I didn't watch World's End. I don't know what the fuck going on. I honestly, this week was the first Wednesday I watched AEW in its entirety live. And
and that's fine though because like for example, right?
But the thing about it is because everybody always says like I hate
respect
AEW.
The crowd,
so that's what I get labeled as. I don't like AEW. I don't like this. No, it's just that there are certain things that I don't like. But the reason why I continue to watch it is because I still want to be able to see if there's a change that happens. I want to see if something else does happen. I don't want to shortchange it just because I don't like what they got going on.
Yeah,
like y'all may like the whole heel turn for Rico all you want, and that's cool. I'm not gonna be subscribed to it until I fully see what the fuck going on.
No, I understand that though, but there's a difference between where like how that there's like okay. There's a difference, right? I'm gonna break this out. There's a difference, right? I don't like Sexy Red, music. So everything that like wherever something come out about her, I ignore it because I don't like that. Like I don't want to ruin my timeline with that bullshit. Certain things I don't want to see, I don't want to see it. I don't pay no mind. I give it no energy because something that Samoa Joe says. Each time you mention AEW something that you hate, all you do is feed in the algorithm. So I'm not going to give something no credit, no attention. You're not going to get my one view by me watching your products. You're not going to get my energy. No, fuck you.
But beloved, not everybody is you. So like you can't granted, you may be able to successfully block whatever you may want, but in terms of this realm of wrestling, there's so many different avenues, so many different lanes, so many different things going on that you still do want. Like even if you don't want to, it somehow may find your way into your door somehow, and then you be like, oh, what's new now? Because like for me, I was just like, well, what they got going on AEW now? I guess it's the new year. Let's see what they got going on. But then I'm just like, because honestly speaking, when I saw Jeff Jarrett and MJF in that ring, I said, sign me the fuck up.
But there's a difference between you watching.
Even saying a word, I said,
there's a difference.
Oh, shit.
But there's a difference. You're watching it to see what's going on. Like you're watching to see if they have changed. You watch it with a positive eye. If you're watching to see what can I hate on this week, nigga, you're not like everything. Like,
but that's different thing.
Yeah,
like, I don't feel like whoever said. I don't feel like what MDB 999 said. I don't feel like that he's trying to enter it with the point of view of already negativity. Like niggas that still dislike shit and still want to watch it is because they want to give it a chance. They want to be like,
True.
I don't want. That's my thing. I don't want to not like AEW. I have personal friends that work for the company.
We all do.
Don't want AEW to fail. As much as we shit on it at times, as much as we may dislike certain things, like I personally know people that this is who signs their paycheck. So I'm not going to sit here and be always on some fuck that shit. But when you don't give the people an opportunity, you don't give people TV time, because you just said anything about TV time. When the last time, outside of Private Party this week on Dynamite, when was the last time for when they won the titles, it was on Dynamite?
No, 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 no. Let me be very clear. AEW and they people, right? Let me be very clear. If you're not on Tony Khan good list, you're gonna get shitted on. He'll give you a fucking title. Like I call this, yo, you're supervised, but you're not. You know how there's that fast food. There's a shift leader, and there's a supervisor, there's a manager. Shift leader, you don't have much power as with schedule. You can't send people home. You gotta ask permission. That's how I feel with certain people he don't really fuck with. Here's the title to shut the fuck up. Go to Ring of Honor. For
Yo, and
example,
that's terrible.
that's terrible.
It's
I give you one
terrible for
example.
someone to keep someone under contract and not even use them.
Yeah,
Like, bro, like that shit don't
exactly.
make no sense.
I'll give you an example, right? How the fuck one of your pillars, Sammy Guevara, is on Ring of Honor and you don't talk about him? That was one of your pillars
Well,
not too long
because
ago.
you already know the answer for that, so I don't even know why
But
you asking that
but
question.
like uh, but but
You
but
already answered
but
that.
but Janelle, I understand that, but I'm saying in the sense of that's one of your pillars that you focus a whole wrestling pay-per-view around, and he's on Ring of Honor, he gets no shine. That's all I'm saying.
How about you keep I for that ass last 2 weeks, I was like, yo, what happened to Darby? It's like, what? I was like, where's Darby Allin at? Why was he not in that World's End match? I was so confused. And then when I saw this week on Dynamite that these niggas done pushed Darby Allin down a whole flight of steps, I said, excuse me, why do we keep doing this to
Yo,
this nigga?
yo, and oh my gosh, that's
I
another
said, what
thing.
the fuck is
I
that?
feel like none of the
I said, why they threw
wrestlers,
that nigga down the steps?
yo, that's another thing about AEW. I feel like when people get there, they get comfortable, and very few people want to evolve past the character.
Yo,
I
that
love
shit
Darby.
has me in tears. Yo,
Yo,
did you see that?
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Yo, that
like
nigga, do 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 do. Yo, that's a whole. I said,
I love
what the
Darby.
fuck is that?
I love Darby. I love John Moxley, but whole AEW is just like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
couldn't
don't know.
believe that that's what happened. I said, wait, that's why Darby been MIA? Because he flipped down a flight of steps? The nigga got hit by a bus. He was back on TV in a week. What are we talking
But
about?
But nevertheless, though, we got a couple of events coming up. Shout out to Brother Greatness.
Yeah, shout outs to Brother Greatness, who we will be interviewing within the next few weeks as he pushes his show All Black Everything.
Here
Your
comes the first
friendly,
match.
your homeboy and girl, your homeboys and girl will be sponsoring Stan Michaels. So shout out to Stan the Man. We will be sponsoring him for this show. So shout outs to him. He's been one of the day one's biggest supporters of the podcast of Jobbers. He's participated in every Jobber Slam. So this is actually our
He
honor
really
and our thanks
has.
to him. So thank you, Stan, for always, supporting us. So we wanted to return the favor. So we will be sponsoring him. Also, I do believe the shop will be sponsoring Mr. Black himself. Along with the Jabba Tears podcast, we always support, our guy, our representative. Um, but we're really excited and we're really honored to be a part of All Black Everything. If you're in, I believe it's a little
Wait.
upstate New York.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. The first match I said announced. My
Oh,
man
Joseph out here.
Joseph
Shout out to
Alexander.
Joseph representing Battle Club. Always love him. Against Kylon King. Never heard of the kid, but interesting. I like that for him. Something new.
And
Um,
for everybody that had it, y'all talking about, hey man, y'all be talking shit. Hey man, you know what, man? I love wrestling. This, that, and third. Now is opportunity for you to help sponsor a match and help out my brother Greatness with these packages right here, dog.
Yeah, so anyone that podcasters or not, if you're interested in sponsoring the show, you can message Brother Greatness. You see the packages on the screen there. So make sure to support. Listen, big thing that we decided for 2025 was to go back to our roots, and we are going to heavily support independent wrestling. So it's been something that that's our foundation. So we're going back to the basics on this year, and we're going to be sponsoring. So if you know a show, if you know talent, anything, just let us know. Whether we're there in person or not, we'll definitely be able to have some type of presence there. So just once again, make sure to hit up Brother Greatness for all information in terms of talent, matches, and ring announcers or referees. that you may want to sponsor. So shout out to them. Also, I spoke to the boys before we went live. That also is Royal Rumble weekend. Myself along with Sir Wilkins will be in Indianapolis. So anyone that will be in Indy for Royal Rumble, come say what's up. But they are doing a tribute to Terry. We Love Wrestling's own Terry Davis, who we lost last year, and this is his hometown. So we're celebrating him in his city. So that information I will post on the Job of Tears podcast Facebook group if you're going to be in Indianapolis for that weekend. But also there will be other independent shows running the entire weekend. So make sure to support independent wrestling, whether you're in Indianapolis or if you're back here at home in New York that weekend. There are some other stuff going on. I think House of Glory has their show January 25th with Kurt Angle. I do believe they had announced also, I feel like Ricky Starks versus somebody is happening, and I can't remember who it was. Yes, Charles Mason. I was like, I feel like I know it, but I can't remember. Charles Mason versus Ricky Starks. Kenta versus Mike Santana. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, Zilla going against Rhino. Respect the Craft. We actually very much have to talk about July because we were actually
we got him on the show.
We were actually thinking very similar in dates, so we do have to have a conversation.
We'll have a conversation. Oh, don't forget, once again, before we leave out of here, Ashe TV is out right now. Please check out my promo for my guys. Hold up. Check out the promo right now. It's coming up. 1, 2, 3.
Heard from the grapevine that the power's back. Ashe, heard the power's black. Ain't no fantasies right here. Make history. You don't gotta win a match, but still fit a victory. Black excellence, home thing better than that. It's black wrestling, more prominent, more development, less drama, more relevance. Bent down, bad, but sickle body slam an elephant. It's for the culture, right? Or you a vulture, right? They got you seasoning with salt like you the culture life. We ahead of the curve like we culture life. But dreams come reality, so far we gotta make it right. Yeah, it's for the boys in the back, and the girls win the laps. Win the 5, and where's the match? If you looking for that flavor, then baby is where it's at. When the ref count to 3, then oh boy, that's the rap.
So once again, shout out to Ashe Wrestling. Weekly shows starting yesterday. So on their YouTube, make sure to support them. They actually will be represented at the same show I spoke about in honor of Terry. As I do believe that Ashe's world champion Darius Carter will be in the building. So make sure, once again, I will post that information on our Facebook group page, along with our social medias as well. But we're really excited about 2025. We have some things we're working on. Jobber Slam is a thing going to be on the docket, so make sure to look out for information on that. Also, SummerSlam weekend, we got something else that we're going to try to cook up for because SummerSlam is here at MetLife 2 nights. So we're definitely looking forward to doing something that weekend as well.
I'm going to be there for sure.
For sure. As he says. But other than that, we thank everyone that's been a part of this ride and this journey with us. It's been a wild ride, but we really hope to really do some dope stuff this year. Not to say we haven't done dope shit. We've always done dope shit. But like this year, we really want to give back to not only independent wrestling, but we want to give back to the fans, the people that have supported us. So we definitely will be doing a few things in honor of that. Other than that, we shall possibly be back in studio next week because I know Marco said, "Oh, y'all at home." But next week, we'll be back around the afternoon, same time, maybe not same place, but trying to think anything this weekend going on. Not that I can think of, but LPW, I believe their student show is next Saturday. The week before House of Glory show at Amazora. So make sure to support Oni King and the squad at LPW.
I may be able to go there, but I gotta figure out if I'm going to Delaware this weekend.
Okay, well, listen, figure out life. Life for the pursuit of happiness is always a thing. But thank you guys for joining us on this on our first episode of 2025. We really appreciate everyone tuning in for the Afternoon Delight special. We will once again be next week, same time, maybe not same place. But as always, I'm Janelle from HR here. Oh, well, Sir Wilkins was here, but Mr. Black is here, still with me hanging. So hashtag Black Excellence, hashtag we are out.
Oh, man. Ooh, yeah. Are you at the gym? Ain't need something to listen to? Ooh, yeah. I got an idea. How about you download the Java Tears podcast on anywhere you listen to podcasts? Because it gives you that, ooh yeah.